Ah, now there's an idea. Oh, just a moment, please. I need to jot this down. Would you mind coming with me to buy a copy of today's newspaper?
Emotional support is important.
Need a letter sent? I can help.
Emotional support is important. Whoosh! No one can catch me!
Many ladies in the court of Fontaine like to spray their perfume onto a delicate lace fan, allowing them to generate a pleasant fragrance with each flick of the wrist. It's quite an ingenious method.
I can help.
Is important. Emotional support is important.
Ah, now there's an idea. Oh, just a moment, please. I need to jot this down.
Traveler? Paimon?
Kinich! Fancy meeting you here. We've actually been looking for you.
I'll get straight to the point. I hear you accepted a proposal from Elder Trinidad.
Oh, the, Turnfire Knight, you mean. You were still his first choice. It's just... Oh, jeez. It's not what it looks like, promise.
Chill, it's cool. I only mention it because there's something you should know. And I suspect Elder Trinidad hasn't been completely forthcoming with you. His true intention is to resolve the Mountain King problem once and for all.
Once and for all? You mean this'll be the last Turnfire Knight ever?
That's right. He wants to use you to send the Mountain King to the Night Kingdom.
To the Night Kingdom? You mean...
To his death.
Whoa! Are you serious right now? You shouldn't go blurting out accusations like that. It could get you in trouble.
Too blunt? Okay. I'll phrase it more gently. There is potentially a possibility that Elder Trinidad may be hoping that during the course of the ceremony, you kill the Mountain King dead.
But that's ridiculous! He told us the Mountain King is a living symbol of your tribe's glory!
And that glory comes at a price.
Oh, that's right. The Mountain King is a living symbol of our glory, but even this glory comes at a price. Ah, yes, and Nana wasn't the first.
She likely won't be the last to lose her life either.
Still, is killing the Mountain King really the only way? It seems so extreme!
The Mountain King is a unique case when it comes to abyssal contamination. It's eaten away at him for so long that it has consumed him entirely, and the damage is irreversible. That evil power has both driven him insane and kept him alive over the centuries. So, to look at it one way, once it's completely purged from his body, the Mountain King will finally be able to rest in peace. In past ceremonies, we've only purged around half of the abyssal power. This was to strike a balance, to keep him alive, but also keep him asleep.
Trinidad didn't say anything about how much power he wanted us to purge, but he did say there were some more details to go over before the ceremony.
Then it sounds like you'll know for sure soon enough.
If he really asks us to kill the Mountain King, what should we do?
I know this must come as quite a shock, so I suggest you act like you didn't hear anything for now. But would you have time to visit the chief after your meeting with Elder Trinidad? I'd like to make a deal with you.
What kind of deal?
One that comes at a very reasonable price. I'm sure you have plenty of other questions, but we can talk good.
Mighty Outlanders, you have returned. Did you have a good rest?
It was, pretty good, yeah.
Glad to hear it. Things are progressing very smoothly on my end. Many of the elders have heard of your heroic deeds, including the chief. They all speak very favorably of you. There are still those who insist that the ceremony should be performed by the bearer of the Malipo name. But they're just stuck in the past. We need to move with the times.
Plus, Kinich doesn't want to do it anyway.
Exactly. So, now, it's time for us to discuss the finer details of the ceremony. We covered the fire lighting part of the proceedings yesterday. The next part is the purification of the Mountain King. It's quite simple. You just need to use the sacred flame. We've done it plenty of times before, and it's always very routine. I'm sure you won't have any problems. One point I'd like to stress, though, is that you need to burn away as much of the abyssal energy as you possibly can. The more we dispel, the longer the Mountain King will remain asleep.
Asleep, huh?
Precisely. In previous years, the Flame Bearer has often been unable to dispel a sufficient amount of abyssal energy. That's the only reason why we have to perform the ceremony on a regular basis. But I understand that you have a lot of experience fighting against the Abyss, and you seem to wield the sacred flame quite effortlessly yesterday. With your help, I'm optimistic this time we can dispel all the remaining abyssal energy from the Mountain King's body, freeing us from this ever-looming threat for many years to come.
Traveler?
So this doesn't faze you at all, huh? You clearly have a lot of confidence in yourself. If that's all you really need to know, the ceremony's in 3 days. I'll come and fetch you when we're ready. In the meantime, feel free to take a look around our settlement. It would mean a lot to the elders if you got to know some of our people. And if you wouldn't mind helping them out with a few errands here and there, that would be even better.
So now we have extra errands to run? Maybe we should add a little extra to the price.
Just a humble suggestion, that's all. It will help you gain the respect of our people, and as a mighty hero, I truly believe that's what you deserve. I'll be sticking around for the next few days, so if you have any questions, you know where to find me.
Seems like Kinich was right. We should go meet up with him right away.
Emotional support is important.
Huh, you're here.
Kinich, Elder Trinidad said that...
I can tell. It's written on your faces.
Is that the Traveler in Paimon? Forgive me for not being there to welcome you on your arrival. That should have been my duty as chief.
Hello, Chief Waina.
I only heard the news from Trinidad yesterday, so I asked Kinich to invite you over for a quick chat. I believe Kinich has already filled you in, so I'll get straight to the point. Firstly, I fully endorse your appointment as flame bearers for the upcoming Turnfire Night. However, I would like to request that you take steps to ensure the Mountain King's safety. Every child of our tribe grows up hearing the tales of our heroes, from Yupanqui the Firebringer to Burkina and the Mountain King who fought against the Abyss. This is our history and our heritage, the source of our pride and the center of our faith. To kill the Mountain King would be to destroy our spirit. I would never be able to face our ancestors in the Night Kingdom. Nana's death was a great tragedy, and I do not blame Trinidad for the actions he has taken. Nevertheless, I cannot allow any harm to come to the Mountain King. The very roots of our identity are at stake. My honored guests, please give this matter your serious consideration. Perhaps there is, but despite all our attempts to contain the situation over the years, we've not found it. Right now, I should like to hear where you stand on this matter. Though I sense that your mind is not yet made up, I'm still comforted by your words. There are 3 days left before the ceremony. I hope they will bring you clarity.
So, Kinich, earlier you were saying that...
Let's walk and talk. I'll show you around the tribe.
That works too. Paimon needs to get some air after this. Kinich, Paimon finally understands why you turned Trinidad down. You knew what he was planning, didn't you? That's why you didn't want to be the flame bearer this time, because it's a double-edged sword. The whole Mora thing was just a sneaky excuse.
Double-edged sword is right. But my response wasn't merely an excuse. To solve this exceptional problem, an exceptional price must be paid. I'm working on it.
Really? Well, come on then, let's hear it!
In a moment. Didn't you have a question you were about to ask me?
Oh, yeah. What was it again? Oh, right! We need to talk about How. He's completely unhinged.
I agree that he has a problem. He needs disciplining, so I hired him a teacher.
You got him a teacher? Oh, Paimon would love to see him get scolded for bad behavior. Anyway, moving on. When we ran into a How, he said you two were investigating some Abyss thing together. Is that related to the whole Mountain King situation?
Yes, that's the angle I've been working on. I'm a Saurian hunter, but I occasionally hunt the Abyss, too. One time I was pursuing some purple demonic dogs when I accidentally entered a hidden space. I did some research after the fact. Apparently they're known as beastly rifts, and there are many of them of all different sizes. That's where those purple dogs were coming from.
So,
if we can locate one of these beastly rifts, clear the monsters out, and move the Mountain King inside, he'd be able to continue living, but without posing a threat to the tribe.
Whoa, that sounds kinda crazy. Would it really work?
It's not without its risks, of course. There's a lot of unknowns in the equation. For instance, for all we know, a prolonged period inside the rift could make the Mountain King's condition worse. Still, we desperately need something like this, even just as a temporary measure. You've seen the conflict the issue is causing in our tribe for yourselves, and believe me, it's been a long time coming. The chief is adamant about keeping the Mountain King alive, whatever happens.
I can understand. It's less about the Mountain King and more about preserving your culture and heritage.
Yes, but on the flip side, you've got people like Elder Trinidad, who is more concerned about protecting the people he cares about now and into the future. And he has every right to take that view. It's one thing to try and preserve the last remnants of a glorious past, but making your kin pay the price for it? No one can seriously tell them that's a fair trade.
You're right. There's no easy answers here. Let's leave that to one side for a moment and assume we go with your plan. How do you actually intend to find one of these beastly rifts? Because at least in our experience, the dogs open the rifts when they want to attack us, not the other way around.
I think I know a way. You have any better ideas?
Not at the moment, but it just feels like using the power of the Abyss for our own ends isn't gonna end well. After all, the Abyss is what turned the Mountain King into a monster in the first place. People are gonna think you've lost your marbles.
If it doesn't end well, then that's the price we pay. Everything in the world comes at a price. Even when Yupanqui, the Firebringer, stole the Turnfire, it cost him dearly. The Mountain King's erratic outbursts have brought tensions within the tribe to a boiling point. Unless this gets resolved quickly, everyone will be stuck in a stalemate.
All right. So what's this deal you wanted to make with us? We're hardly experts on exploiting abyssal power.
All I need you to do is keep people away from me. I'm getting harassed on a daily basis by people trying to convince me to be the flame bearer. I can't afford to waste all my energy dealing with them. If you help me out, there'll be a gift for you in return.
Ooh, what kind of gift?
Something well worth your while, I'd say. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Integrate yourself with the tribespeople, so everyone comes to terms with the fact that we have a new flame bearer. That way, I won't have an endless stream of people coming to beg me to join the ceremony, and I can focus on finding a way to summon the beastly rift. Then, when the day of the ceremony comes, we'll move the Mountain King into his new home.
Still sounds pretty crazy. Even for a daredevil like you, that's dangerous. And even if it works, what if neither Chief Lina nor Elder Trinidad are happy with it? Have you thought about what you'd do then?
At least the two of them would finally be on the same side of the issue, leaving only me on the opposing side. The tribe needs leaders like them far more than a Saurian hunter for hire like me. Can I take that to mean that we have a deal?
For sure. And who knows, maybe we'll come up with an even better solution to all of this in the next couple of days.
Great. Well, for the next couple of days, please spend some time among the tribe and lend a hand wherever you can. I'm sure everyone will be swept off their feet when they meet our new flame bearer. Good luck to us both.
Astra Abyssal. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra.
Okay, task for the day. Meet the tribespeople and take some heat off of Kinich's back.
Pony, how can you call the Mountain King a monster?
Because he hurt a lot of people. And look what happened to Nana.
But it wasn't on purpose. The Mountain King is sick, that's all. He's been hurt by the Abyss.
That's true. But the fact remains that he's now a threat to all of us.
How can you be so harsh to someone who's sick? If you don't take back what you just said, I don't know if we can carry on being friends.
Toba, Huni, what's wrong?
Huni's saying nasty things about the Mountain King. It's not right. He's our hero.
Once upon a time, maybe, but not anymore.
Yesterday, maybe, but not anymore.
Toba? Fine. I guess my dad is right. Things change, and you just have to accept it and move forward. As of today, our friendship is over. There's no going back. Oh, come on, cut it out, you two. We have some great news to tell you. The Traveler is gonna be the flame bearer for the next Turnfire night. She's gonna do a beautiful ceremony and cure the Mountain King's illness for good.
What? Really?
So that's what my dad wanted to talk to you about? To be fair, from what we saw the other day, you are pretty good at climbing cliffs. Probably just as good as Kinich.
Wait, speaking of Kinich, where even is that guy?
Oh yeah, good question. Is he not coming to the ceremony anymore? We can get him to come, but if he catches you two fighting again, he won't be happy. He'll be sure to give you both a piece of his mind.
No, we can't let that happen. I've never even spoken to him before. I can't afford to make such a bad first impression.
I didn't mean to argue with Toba. All he said was that the Mountain King has done some pretty bad things. He was the one who turned it into a fight. Yeah, if you weren't friends, there's no way Toba would have come to look for the baby Saurians with you. All right. Well, because it's the Traveler and Paimon and Kinich, I'm sorry, Toba. I'm sorry for all the mean things I said about the Mountain King. Dad just really misses Nana. And I was really upset that she's gone, too.
Huh? Oh. I shouldn't have spoken to you the way I did either. It wasn't very nice of me. For the Traveler and Paimon, Kinich, and for Nana. I'm sorry too, Huni.
That's more like it. Now you're best friends again! Guess so. Toba, if I ever say something mean about the Mountain King in the future, I'll make sure I say it to someone else, and not you. I'd better go buy some colored cloth for my dad now. He needs it for Turnfire Night. Let's play again some other time. See you, Toba. See you, Traveler and Paimon.
Okay. I'll head home as well then. See you next time.
Okay, take care, you two. Even though they said they're sorry, it looks like their friendship isn't as strong as it was before. Let's just hope we can solve this once and for all. Come on, let's move on. Huh? What's going on over there? Let's take a look. Hey there! What's happening here?
A rehearsal for the Turnfire Night dance.
Ooh, there's a dance involved? Paimon wants to learn too!
You don't know it? Ah, I guess you're not from these parts, huh? It's
Why do you say that?
because of the Turnfire Night, of course. The Mountain King could wake up at any time. That's why we're holding an emergency ceremony. This isn't one of those fun and games festivals. For outsiders, it might even be a little dangerous.
Well, did you know that the Flame Bearer this time is actually gonna be an outsider?
Oh, I did hear about that. It's a first for sure. I would have loved to meet them in person. What? Oh, it's you? Man, oh man. Well, this is a nice surprise. It's funny. I was just thinking that I'll probably miss out on meeting the new Flame Bearer since I'm not taking part this time around. Then suddenly, there you are. Must be my lucky day.
You're not taking part in the Turnfire Night? How come? You're not an outsider too, are you?
You must be joking. Watch this. Not bad, right? Yeah, I'm considered one of the better-looking guys who dances beneath the pillars of the sacred flame. Been doing it a few years. Always gets the ladies out to watch.
Oh, very impressive. So why'd you quit?
Well, the question is, the way things are going,
You look a little...
disappointed. Nah.
What's this?
You've never heard of it? Speaking of which...
A how?
Oh, yeah. Then, do you know how they met? It was...
Really?
Who knows? Strangely enough,
Oh, does that...
you bet it does. But after all the or...
If all you need to get...
Wait,
Come on.
Pyro Archon above. You two... Of course it is. There it is. It's inside these ruins. As you can see, the place is crawling with monsters.
Alrighty then. Stay back and take cover, Tiago. This could get dangerous. We'll take care of him.
Great minds think alike. I'm not about to cramp your style.
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now. Huh? Everybody stand! Fresh and floral! Teamwork is strength!
Quietly now. No.
That should be the last of them. It's a good thing Tiago had the sense to stay in his hiding place, or things could have gotten really hairy for him. Hey, look! That's gotta be it, right? Definitely looks like a mural. True. Now that you mention it, most ancient murals take up a whole huge wall. This looks more like someone with a paintbrush got bored and started doodling. It does match the story he told us, though. There's a Saurian and a human. So, is that supposed to be what an ancient contract ritual looked like? Whatever. We're not here to decipher it. Just photograph it. That's a wrap. Let's take it back to Tiago.
Adventure time! It's a miracle!
You've been robbed? Oh, Ponche. And I thought my luck was bad.
I put blood, sweat, and tears into that, and now I've got nothing to show for it. Some gap-toothed goon stole it from me.
Tiago, is this the picture you were looking for?
Let me take a look. Yep, that's the one. Pyro Archon above, you two are superhumans. Hey, Ponche, come and say hi to these guys. They're gonna be the new flame bearers, and they're tough as nails.
Wait, are you the Traveler and Paimon?
Huh? You already know each other?
I don't think so.
My nephew Toba's been telling everyone about you. He says you're crazy strong, super friendly, that you helped him out, and that you're gonna be our flame bearers this Turnfire night.
Oh, so you're Toba's uncle. Great to meet you, sir. Sounds like we managed to make a bit of a name for ourselves.
Toba's not wrong, my friend. These two are honestly some of the nicest, most genuine people I've ever met. Everyone speaks incredibly highly of them. Seriously, if you're comfortable telling them about what happened, I guarantee you they'll sort it out in no time.
Really? All I want is to get the fruits of my labor back.
Allow me to explain. Ponche is a well-known scholar within our tribe, author of the widely acclaimed book, Yupanqui's Turnfire. Unfortunately, the book was stolen by a treasure hoarder a few hours ago.
I spent years of my life researching that book. I visited every last ruin, interviewed every descendant of every hero in our history. On the word Malipo alone, I covered at least 5 different interpretations of the meaning based on accounts from different villages.
It was an unparalleled masterpiece.
And now it's all gone. That little goon ambushed me during my morning walk. He snatched all of my belongings, including my entire manuscript.
That book was everything to him. It's like they robbed him of his soul when they took it. Look at him. Lost and listless. He's a shell of the man he was.
Dear honored guests of our clan, I am but a helpless old student. If only for Toba and Tiago's sake, please help me, I beg of you.
See what I mean, Ponche? Now you've run into these two, your luck's about to change, big time.
I don't know if he's still there, but come on, I'll take you.
Olá.
Adventure time.
Está assim. E contigo? Estou a fazer o quest do Kinich.
Adventure time.
Isto supostamente dá um chest, mas eu não consigo. Eu perdi para a Jean. Agora vou tipo nos 50 e tal de pulos. Eu não entendo como é que se consegue o chest. E eu nem tinha a Jean antes de conseguir naquele banner que podíamos escolher os 5 estrelas. Mas perdi para ela. Ai, vou desistir. Não sei. Porque é que não funciona?
Hey! You thieving rat! Give me my things back!
What do you want now, you old bum? God, you're a waste of space. Prepare to get shoved butt first into a tree hollow. Oh, what's this? Brought a little bodyguard with you, huh? All right, let's see what you've got. What's this? Eat dirt, suckers!
Hey, he's trying to get away! You good? Let's chase him down!
Where did these Yubkasaurs come from? Get away from me, you monsters!
Oh, the baby saurians are blocking his path!
Stop, please! By all the warriors, heroes, gods, and kings, I can't run any longer! Please, I don't have your stuff anymore. Have mercy!
Eu testei-o no teste e ele deu 70.000. Ele tá forte. Mas eu quero mais por causa da exploração.
I threw it away.
Eu exploro muito. Tipo, o que eu gosto mais é de explorar e assim. Nem é por causa do dano que eu quero. Mais pelo design e por exploração. Porque eu tenho outros personagens para fazer abismo e assim. Então, não vou perder nada.
You threw it away?
The old bum's bag didn't have a single mora in it. Just a tatty old book, worn out pens, and some old rags. All that time lying in wait was for nothing. I was so mad I just threw all of it away.
Is that really the truth? Okay then, where did you throw it away?
The same place you found me. Look, I swear on the Pyro Archon it's the truth. May all my worldly possessions be turned to ash by Turnfire if I'm lying.
Okay, that's a pretty strong oath. What do we do now? It sounds like you're telling the truth. Right. Let's hope nobody gets to the book before we do. We'll never get it back then.
Although the Turnfire is a heroic symbol in Hoyocreators, it always comes with the more ominous implication of eventual tragedy. This holds true for all bearers of this ancient name in recorded history. Each one of them died of non-natural causes, as if the specter of the Turnfire was always lurking in the background. This appears to suggest the existence of some higher power that is always watching the name-bearer, examining their actions, and eventually demanding payment in return. None can escape this payment, unless, perhaps, they could honestly swear by Turnfire to never make a single mistake in their entire life. Yuponki's Turnfire. What an incredible work on ancient name philology. I can't believe it was just lying there for me. Let me see. The author is Panche. Nice. A gentleman and a scholar.
Horários. Quando sai algum banner e eu quero atirar nele, faço live. Tipo, quase sempre a esta hora de tarde. Mas não há tipo dias certos. Ao sábado também costumo fazer. Tipo terças, quartas e sábados. Mais ou menos. Sou sim, eu sou hoyocreator no TikTok desde o ano passado e sou no YouTube desde este ano. Já faz um ano que sou hoyocreator no TikTok. E faz uns meses que sou do YouTube.
Silence, Bookmuncher! The great Kahula will suffer your droning voice no longer.
Primogêmeos.
Do you truly find no joy at all in perusing such rich historical records?
Por que está o ecrã preto?
Joy? What joy is there in this pointless drivel?
Well, it makes a pretty shocking prediction. Every bearer of the ancient name Malipo eventually meets a grisly end. Maybe that's the price you pay for the name that means price?
Tipo, o que precisas é de 1000 seguidores no TikTok. Eu acho que no TikTok é mais fácil conseguir seguidores rapidamente. Então podes começar por aí. Mas como eu já tinha esta conta do YouTube com mais de 1000, foi tipo automático. Eu comecei a postar mais sobre Genshin, tipo os vídeos que eu postava no TikTok, aqui no YouTube. E pronto.
What? You're saying Kinich will die a violent death?
E depois tens umas missões que tens de fazer.
So I'll finally get to take over his body? When will that glorious day arrive? The great Kahula demands to know!
Wow, you are just irredeemable, aren't you? An agent of chaos down to the core. You make us Abyss Order folks look like saints in comparison.
Silence, maggot! To presume that anyone compares your kind with the great Kahula is sheer vanity. And if that day ever comes, oh, your doom will soon follow.
Sim, eu dei pulo na Emily já a pensar que a queria com Kinich ou com algum personagem que focasse em Burning. Porque como vinha aí uma nação de Pyro e ela tipo aumentava o dano de queimadura, era óbvio que ela ia ser tipo muito essencial numa equipa com Dendro e Pyro. Foi tipo, era óbvio que ela era essencial. Então eu dei pulo nela, tipo, por causa disso. E como eu já queria o Kinich, yeah. E eu também já tinha a Yalan e a arma dela, então era skip. Eu acho que em vez do Toma eu vou usar o Baiju. Porque o Toma, sei lá. Eu prefiro o Baiju de escudo. Só se eu usar, tipo, se fizer abismo com ele, vou ter de pôr o Toma, porque eu uso o Baiju com o Alheitam.
You don't need to lecture me about Doomsday. Here's what I know, based on countless historical texts.
Mas eu queria um escudo Pyro mais forte do que o Toma.
all civilizations will be reduced to rubble by the passage of time. From ancient kingdoms to heavenly thrones to worlds beyond, there are no exceptions. But from the ruins of every civilization, the dust will rise and never settle, thus transcending the confines of time. That dust is what we call a civilization's spirit. And you, great Kahul Ajaw, are one such speck of dust from a bygone age. I've paid dear for the chance to observe you up close. Now, let me take a good look at you. We'll see whether any memories of that age still remain inside you.
Pois eu não tenho energia nem em Zhongli. Mas quando a energia vier da outra vez, eu acho que vou dar pulo nela. Mas também depende, porque ela costuma vir com personagens novos. E eu, tipo, quero os personagens novos em vez dos antigos.
We're so sorry, Mr. Ponche, but we couldn't find your manuscript anywhere.
Does that mean all of my hard work was for nothing?
You gotta stay positive, Ponche. You might have lost the book, but the brains behind it are still intact. Surely you remember the main points, at least?
The whole reason I worked so hard to get it finished before the Turnfire Night is because I hoped that maybe it might help us find a way through these trying times. But now... Well, not exactly. But I thought my research might at least be a starting point.
Oh, really? So what did you find out in your research?
I think the key to all of this lies in the power of Malipo.
Ponche, you know as well as anyone that ancient names don't hold any real power. Symbolic power doesn't count.
You're right, but Malipo may be a special case. Given that it first arose in the era of the first Pyro Archon, it might contain remnants of Xbalanque's power.
Yeah, I remember that story. My grandpa told it to me when I was a little kid. Maybe you're the special case. Most kids stop believing in that stuff by your age.
I'm not talking about childhood superstitions here. There is evidence.
Like what?
Like the fact that the Mountain King is still alive. Everyone attributes that to the power of the Abyss. But there's more to it than that. The key factor is that Burkina summoned the power of Malipo at the cost of his own life. If you don't believe me, then answer me this. How many other creatures can you think of who lived longer, not shorter, after being contaminated by the Abyss?
Traveler, different situation but similar idea. Doesn't this remind you of the hilly...
So, I came to the conclusion that Malipo must refer to some mysterious ritual involving a tit-for-tat exchange. It began with the first Pyro Archon, fell with the Grand Alliance, then was buried in the Night Kingdom. And now, it awaits the call of its new bearer.
Hey. Sorry to interrupt, Ponche, but you seem to be getting a little overexcited.
I'm sorry. I was originally planning on presenting my findings to Kinich. I'd hoped he would be attending the upcoming ceremony.
Sounds to me like you dreamed up one fanciful theory to support another.
Kinich, what are you doing here?
I more or less finished what I was doing, so I came to have a quick catch-up. Now a good time?
Kinich! I'm onto something. I haven't worked out all the details, but you have to attend the Turnfire Night.
So Mr. Ponche here has done a lot of research on the history of the Turnfire, and thinks he might have found a way for you to solve the problem.
I'll be there, Ponche. Let's go.
Eu já farmei tudo para ele antes dele vir. Só os dentes de saurianos é que tenho poucos, mas já.
Here will do.
É bom que agora dão tipo os materiais.
Yeah. I'd like your help giving it a trial run tomorrow. If that works, we have our plan come Turnfire night.
Sounds like you're not considering Ponche's idea.
You heard him. He hasn't worked out the details yet. We need a more practical solution with concrete steps to follow.
Ah, foi skip. Eu já tinha o caso e não queria o novilete.
Yet? Are you saying you think he might actually be onto something?
Sorte.
I think it's possible, based on something I know about the war 500 years ago. Burkina didn't fall to the abyss. He was killed by the Mountain King in an episode of madness. In his final moments, Burkina made the fateful decision to not fight back, and instead pass his blood and power on to the Mountain King. Maybe he thought the Mountain King was stronger than him, and more valuable to the tribe. Or maybe it was just out of loyalty to his friend. Either way, I can believe the Turnfire was involved. Whether you think his sacrifice triggered it, or his fate was sealed from the moment he took the Mollypone name, it makes sense to me.
O meu conteúdo é tipo exploração, os chests. Às vezes faço uns edits. Guias é tipo só de materiais. Tipo onde encontrar os escaravelhos. Acho que comecei com os escaravelhos do Saino. E depois fazendo alguns. Mas o meu conteúdo é mais exploração.
How can you drop these truth bombs with such a straight face?
This is what I've gleaned from my many interactions with the Mountain King. His mind is so disordered. It took some time to piece it all together. The story Elder Trinidad told you was the more palatable version of events. The truth is even darker.
Yeah.
The Mountain King's mind isn't just disordered. He is suffering and feels great shame.
What? Then what should we do? Should we grant him his wish?
Of course not. We should help him move to a new home. It's the only practical solution. The Mountain King is a hero to my tribe. An object of worship, even. Ending his life would be like desecrating a statue. Still, he's been the cause of multiple disasters, and we can't afford to have any more.
Ugh. Practical solutions hurt Paimon's brain. Can we follow our hearts next time?
Then let's break for the day. I've already found a suitable venue for tomorrow.
É, das vezes que eu experimentei o novilete também não gostei da gameplay. E tipo, eu queria mais a Furina do que os outros.
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Eu acho que tenho um pulo para dar, vamos ver. Isto vai ser tipo 57.
Danny's adventure team, assemble!
But you don't. É, pois, mas eu não encontro mais nada. Tipo, eu já andei por vários sítios e não encontro mais nada mesmo.
You're here. Very punctual.
Paracles, eu acho que faltam alguns.
Oh, so
Acho que tenho
the
12.
gruesome twosome come crawling back.
Na bolsa.
You're very well. The almighty dragon lord Kahula shall grant you the audience that you seek. Now pucker up and kiss our feet.
Kinich, didn't you say you found him a teacher? He's just as out of control as ever!
Hey! No one gets to discipline the almighty dragon lord Kahula. No one!
Maybe because I've never had a gentle-natured companion like Paimon to compare against.
Is that a compliment?
Yeah, I see what I'm missing out on now.
Ai, ai.
And it's a lot.
Preferia o ajaw do que a Paimon.
Kinich! We could drown this measly flying ant in one droplet of spit! How dare you compare her to the almighty dragon lord Kahula? Oh, just wait till I possess your dead body! I will commit heinous atrocities! Tear down your legacy! Destroy your reputation! Wreak havoc on your...
Traveler, Paimon, let's get down to business. Once we've opened the beastly rift, you're welcome to toss a how in there for a couple of days.
Falta-me encontrar anel de cada tribo. Da Molani já encontrei. Todos. Todas as peças. Então, já. Está a 100%. Se calhar é isso.
With pleasure. You don't need to ask twice.
E não matei todos os Local Legends. Acho que me faltam uns 4. Eu tenho um mapa para ver. Falta a capivara. Acho que faltam 2 ou 3. Acho que faltam 3.
I got my hands on this device in a trade. It's meant as bait, but it'll also stabilize the abyssal energy. The Rift Towns will tear through space to get to this. Once they're here, we take them out and claim the rift for ourselves.
Eu acho que algumas coisas que estão naquelas caves dos anéis devem dar baús. Então pode ser isso. Quando eu encontrar o último anel.
You'll find out soon enough. First, let's try this out. They'll tear you to pieces given half the chance, so be careful.
Wait, posso testar.
Let's light it up! Oh. Everybody stand back!
Mind the side effects. Taking a turn for the better.
Locked up! My mistake!
Nie to wiadomo.
I got him cornered!
192.
Uh-oh. Are there even bigger ones on the way?
I love
Kinich?
Nossa.
I'm a man of my word. In fact, I'd say I under-promised and over-delivered. Nifty little gizmo, isn't it?
I take it this is your true form?
Now that our deal is complete, it's time to start the next phase of our relationship. I made a promise to the great Kahula How, and now I'm here to seize your body for his use. Cliché, I know. The hero's trusted partner sells him out to the abyss in a shocking act of betrayal. Cue bad guy speech and drawn-out death sequence.
Huh? Angel?
Huh?
Oh.
Huh? What are you two doing here? Oh, Mr. Kinich, this is not what we agreed on.
É o outro, da outra quest. Há que tempos.
Traveler, this is the gift I got you. I know you're looking for intel on the Abyss Order, so I thought he might be of use to you.
Kinich é o melhor. Ele está a ajudar mais do que todos os outros a encontrar nosso irmão.
But it looks like you've already met.
Yikes. Frosty reception. Gotta say, I kind of
Ele é
pictured this
do
moment going a
casa.
little differently. Tears of joy welling up in your eyes as you say the words, "It's good to see you again, old friend."
Don't be ridiculous. Sounds like you've been reading too many romance novels.
There we have it. Change is inevitable and nothing lasts forever. What a pity. Well then, time for you to meet the new me. This time, please call me Sanka.
Sanka! Aha! So you're Glasses Guy! You tricked Hootie and Toba into telling you a bunch of stories!
What does it matter? A name is a superficial
Meu Deus.
label. It's what's deep down inside that counts. And I've shown you the deepest parts of me.
That would explain a lot. Why else would you show up here and start acting like a wise guy? You looking for a fight?
I'll pass. I do rather like you, as I've said before. But my one quibble is that you really don't know your own strength.
Wait. Of course. You're the one behind all the recent Abyss activity. Let Paimon guess. You've been provoking the Mountain King, too!
Haven't I told you before? I'm not part of the inner circle who do our Highness's bidding. My interests are far more low stakes. I spend my time digging for truth in ancient doodads and books. You really think a benchwarmer like me is capable of more than that?
I investigated him. He's not connected to the recent events. Just happens to be in the area. So, I struck a deal with him. He helps me summon a rift. I allow him to do some historical research.
But that's all over. And now Kinich wants to hand me over to you. Well, I was hoping this would be an opportune moment to whisk away his body. That would have given me some more time to study the great Kahula How. But now I've run into you, which is just my luck. Or maybe I've incited the wrath of the Turnfire, and this is the price I have to pay. But I don't understand. What did I do wrong? Wait, does that count? Let me think.
How? You are the worst of the worst! Colluding with the Abyss Order against Kinich? How could you betray your partner?
There is no betrayal. The almighty Dragon Lord Kahula How is a partner to no one.
Don't worry, I told him to act as bait.
Yes, and you should have picked a bigger fish. The Abyss Order? Ha! What a joke. Not even a match for our lowly servant. I put up with this toad croaking for days, and it was all for nothing.
It looks like your disciplinary measures have been less than effective, Mr. Enjo.
What did you expect? Behavioral rehab isn't really our thing. Otherwise, we might as well change our name from the Abyss Order to the Abyss Boarding School.
The abysmal disorder would suit you better. Kinich! Dispose of him! He is of no further use to us!
Traveler?
Hey now, I may be a lowly clerk, but don't underestimate me. I could never beat you in a straight-up fight, but when it comes to running away, I won't lose to anyone. Do me a favor, and remember how fast I disappear. Maybe then you'll show me a little respect next time.
Darn! He got away again! Couldn't you have stopped him?
It's alright. He's not worth our time and energy. Besides, it seems like he's in debt to a lot of people. I'm sure they'll keep him busy.
If you say so. Still, Paimon's kinda surprised that you actually struck a deal with someone from the Abyss Order.
To borrow that guy's words, names are superficial labels. Whether you call it the Abyss Order or anything else, it's a broad generalization at best. Think of it like apples that have fallen from a tree. If you tasted each one, you'd find that they're all at different stages of ripening. Even the unripe fruit blown off its branch before it's fully grown can still be brewed into a fine wine. Everything has its use.
Huh. Well, in that specific sense, maybe Enjo's not such a bad apple. Not rotten to the core, at least.
Of course! Only the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahula How, is rotten to the core and evil beyond redemption.
Quase certeza que vamos ter o capitano jogável. Todos os fatuis são.
Ugh. So what exactly are you anyway? You're definitely the evilest little thing Paimon's ever met.
Eu tenho a teoria que a Mavrika vem com um fatui, mas com rerun de alguém. Tipo Scaramouche ou Child. Eu acho que o capitão só vai ser jogável tipo no fim. Tipo 5.7. Vou. Quero o capitão. Se ele for cryo, porque eu quero personagens cryo.
Don't worry, he can't hurt a fly.
Se ele não for cryo,
You could say that.
Paimon heard that those kinds of contracts might come with a terrible cost attached. Is that true?
Such as a How watching me like a ravenous vulture?
Vulture? Vulture! We are the Dragon Supreme! Sovereign ruler of the Nation of Flame!
Let's pick this up another time. It's getting kinda late. You should go back and get some rest. Big day ahead. Tomorrow's Turnfire night. Time to light the sacred flame and burn away the filth for a legendary 500-year-old warrior.
Oh yeah,
Sim, também quero uma Mavrika.
hearing you lay it out like that is making
Mas não sabe o que
Paimon a
faz.
little nervous. For all the work we've put in, it all comes down to tomorrow
Mas também
night.
acho que vai ser suporte
We
para
have to make sure we solve this
Para, tipo,
problem once and for all.
equipas de burning, de queimadura. Quase certeza.
Then it can't hurt to say this one more time. Good luck to us both. See you tomorrow.
Porque nós nunca tivemos um arconte DPS. Então, muito provavelmente ela também vai ser suporte. Vou explorar um bocadinho aqui para ver se encontro a outra parte do anel. Ela e o Bennett. Então a gente usa o Bennett desde que lançou. E é o melhor ainda. Este eu já fiz. Daquele também já. Ou não? Já, né? Ah, já sei. Também já vim aqui. É onde tinha os saurianos todos presos. Já vim aqui. Eu acho que é uma boa capaz de ser tipo um Bennett. A skill pode ser tipo transformar-se em numa fênix, tipo official. Ai, um chest. Sai, 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 sai. E depois a ult ser tipo um Bennett, mas com uma área maior. Já que tem ali alguma coisa. Também já vim aqui. Não há nada. Sim, porque pelo primeiro teaser ela transforma-se numa fênix. Então eu acho que esta vai ser a skill. Tipo marcar os personagens, os inimigos com o passarinho. Noventa e dois. Oh, pera. Ah, isto também conta como exploração, de certeza. Não. What? Eu não estava aqui. Mentira. LOL, voltou. A Nahida na minha outra conta, ela marca os personagens com o dentro. What?
Easy money.
Será que se eu fizer S dá outro chest? Eu acho que dá. Oh não! Sabia.
Easy money.
Se me der o anel, não deu o anel nenhum. 93.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
Ok. Ou seja, se houver mais destes challenges, vai me dar um chest.
Remember, health comes first.
A little ambiance.
Let's light it up! Gotcha!
I must be the footage.
Dá-me ali. Acho que sim. Acho que os talentos. Que arma é que tu tens nele? Eu vou pôr a túmulo do lobo. Aquilo eu já fiz. Aqui dentro já fui. Eu acho que não tem mais nada aqui. White, eu não li aquilo. Ah, arma de graça que deram. Não li isto. Também não dá nada. Mas que não há mais nada aqui. Será que tem aqui algum chest? Não. Sobe! Ah tá. Não tem aqui outra. Nada aqui também. A Emily também conseguiu no PT 25. Ai. Depois de perder. Será que tem algum chest? Nada.
Ah, at long last, you're back. I hear you've done much for our people these last few days. Everyone has nothing but praise for you. Many young people have heard the rumors too. They're all eager to meet our new flame bearer.
Well, they won't have to wait for long. It's almost time for the ceremony. We really hope we can resolve the Mountain King situation quickly and smoothly. Seems like a lot of people have been worrying about it, huh?
Well, it's nearly time. So, if you're ready, then follow me to the ceremony site.
Os selos de Leo é, não há tipo uma árvore ou assim. Gastas, trocas por mora. Eles só puseram isso de árvore com Inazuma, tipo a partir de Inazuma, para trocar os selos.
Here we are.
Our honored guests have arrived. I have heard much about your fine work over the past few days. I hope you'll allow us to thank you properly after tonight's ceremony.
Don't worry about it. Getting this huge venue ready must have been a huge task. No need to make extra work for yourselves on our account.
Oh, if it means getting the Mountain King issue resolved, no cost is too great to bear.
A resolution will come in due course. But every great fire starts as a tiny spark.
No one would disagree with you if that were possible, Chief. But it's been far too long since we've seen a real step forward. Look around you. Can't you see how our numbers have dwindled since the last Turnfire night?
The ceremony was arranged on short notice. Many are away from home and could not make it back in time.
That may be so, but...
Good evening.
Kinich! Not a moment too soon.
Chief Wayna, Elder Trinidad, could you give us a minute? I'd like to give the Traveler a few pointers as the previous flame bearer.
Very well. But make it quick. Let me know when you're done, and we will begin the ceremony.
Let's step to the side. Has anyone gone over the key steps of the ceremony with you yet?
Yeah, Elder Trinidad did, but, Paimon seems to have forgotten them?
What a surprise! The flying ant has an ant-sized brain.
If you don't want your tongue to be burned off by the sacred flame tonight, I suggest you stay quiet. See those sacred flame pillars? Once you've lit the fire, go light each one up in turn. Once that's done, head down into the cave where the Mountain King slumbers, light the braziers along the way, then bring the flame to the final altar. Then the ceremony is complete.
That sounds simple enough.
The process isn't complicated, but remember, you mustn't turn back at any point. If you miss a pillar, you can't light the next one, then come back to it. You have to keep moving forward, or it's seen as disrespecting our ancestors. If that happens, you won't receive the blessing of the Turnfire, and you'll have to start over. I made you a diagram that summarizes the steps. Take a look.
So that's our part. What about you?
I'll be with you the whole way, and once you've lit the altar, I'll start summoning the rift. You can leave that side of things to me. Just focus on your part.
Okay. We'll try to remember all that and get it right the first time.
Ready when you are. But I think I saw Huni and the others just now. Maybe you should say hi before you start. Might make you less nervous. Just tell the chief when you're ready.
How are you doing? Is all in order? I'm counting on you. Bypassed fuel, and my brothers and...
Go get the sacred flame. Nicely done. Off to a good start. Great stuff. You're over halfway. Keep it up. Impressive. Just one more to go. Come on, one last push. The final sacred flame pillar is up ahead. Great. All the pillars are alight. Next, it's down into the canyon and head for the Mountain King's cave. Almost there. The cave is just up ahead. The Abyss presence is growing strong. We should deal with the contamination first. There's the altar of the Sacred Flame. Remember, light up the torches around it first.
King up ahead, right?
That's him. Kangamato, king of the Yumkasaurs from 500 years ago. He's very powerful.
Paimon can tell. He's huge. Let's tread carefully. We don't want to wake him up.
You've made it at last. You did even better than I expected.
Traveler, now comes the final and most important step of the ceremony. Please use the power of the Sacred Flame to cleanse the Mountain King of abyssal filth.
There's no need this time.
Hmm? Such strong abyssal power. What is that thing? Kinich, what is the meaning of this?
Is that a beastly rift?
Chief Huayna, Elder Trinidad, this is about to get a little dangerous. You should step back.
What do you think you're doing?
Solving the Mountain King issue.
You mean by having him torn to pieces by rift hounds?
No, stop! We can't let that happen!
Foolish Locust! Can't you see? We're trying to shove your Locust King into the beastly rift!
But...
I'm sorry, Chief Huayna and Elder Trinidad. This is the only way.
Can you promise me that no harm will come to the Mountain King?
I can't guarantee it, but I'm fairly confident.
Traveler, this is not what we agreed on. You must cleanse the Mountain King of every last trace of abyssal contamination. Okay, I see what this is. You've been in cahoots this whole time!
You imbecile! What have you done?
Oh no! The device is destroyed!
You forced my hand. I had no choice.
Elder Trinidad? What are you doing?
No, the Mountain King is waking up. He will cause even more casualties.
Everyone, out! Now!
Well, it seems there's only one way to awaken you all from your willful blindness. More sacrifices must be made.
Ele vai morrer, não tem como. Burro.
Take me, O Mountain King! Take me as your next sacrifice!
Oh, esta foi a line do teaser. Pronto, morre. Mas a Lumine podia usar os poderes dela de tirar o abismo das cenas. Não era?
Everyone still outside. We have to keep the Mountain King here. Give me a hand.
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emerg.
Locked on. Watch out for the fruits he's spitting out. You can use those against him. Yeah, that's it!
What do we do? We can't open the rift!
Kill me! Put an end to Hoyocreators' shame!
By past fuel and present flame, life marches ever on.
Oh, Burkina, I must atone.
Patience. We will answer to the fire for all our deeds. Even if one day I fall behind, never look back. Keep moving forward, as we are now.
Live with your guilt and shame. This is the price to pay.
Heir to the Turnfire, please use my ruined vessel to train the heroes of the future. The will of Kangamato will march ever on, till the abyss is stamped out.
Pretty eventful day yesterday, huh? Paimon wonders how things are doing now. Let's go ask the chief!
Traveler, you've come at just the right time. I have some good news for you. Trinidad's condition is stabilized. He suffered burns on much of his body, but we believe he'll survive.
Guess that's the best news we could hope for. Paimon has to ask, is everyone in your tribe such a risk-taker? First Kinich, then Elder Trinidad? Is this the scions of the Canopy's adventurous spirit in action?
We're simply not afraid to charge ahead into the unknown. He's fine. Don't worry. He's gone to check on the Mountain King. Something most mysterious has happened. After the incident yesterday, a transparent shell has formed around the Mountain King's body. We don't understand the mechanism behind it, but the shell appears to insulate him against the influence of abyssal power. It is somewhat akin to a scab, in that it stops the abyssal energy. I've never seen any. I think their theory.
Wow.
It's practical.
Wow. That's a.
I know what you're thinking, because you and that fire.
Whoa.
If anyone can.
Ah, so Kinich that.
Hey yourselves. You two doing okay after yesterday?
We were gonna ask you the same question. You scared Paimon half to death when you rushed into the fire.
Sorry. I couldn't just stand and watch the Mountain King get burned alive.
So you thought you'd try and extinguish the sacred flame with Dendro? Or is that an attempt to make the almighty Dragon Lord Kahulahau die of laughter?
The sacred flame only possesses a fraction of the Pyro Archon's power. It's not as if I was fighting the Pyro Archon herself.
Kinich, when you went into the flames, were you intending to...
Intending to what?
To, do the same thing as Burkina.
Sacrifice myself? Of course not. My focus was on keeping the Mountain King alive, not on what it would cost. But now I'm curious. What made you think I was going to sacrifice myself?
Well, because everyone's saying the Turnfire is what saved the king last night. And Ponche's theory was that summoning the Turnfire is a tit-for-tat exchange, right? So, Paimon thought you decided to pay for it with your life.
So you've heard that rumor too. I'm afraid I can't say for sure. What happened yesterday was a first for me too.
Well, even if you don't know, there's probably no one in the world who does.
What I would say is, if that really was the power of the Turnfire, I'd sooner believe that the Mountain King summoned it himself.
The Mountain King? Then, what price did he pay?
The core meaning of price is not atonement or compensation, but what you're willing to give up in order to obtain what you want. It's easy to die for your sins. Much harder to live with the guilt and keep on going. In the end, the Mountain King chose the latter option. For Burkina and for the tribe. That's the price he paid.
All right. So...
Health-wise, there's nothing to worry about. But his attacks are gentler now and not as... Yeah...
It's body remain. But that was mere...
Oh, come on! That's why he...
Well...
Yeah, that's right.
But he ended up being...
That's on...
Friends? So, promise, for you?
Yeah.
Pony. October.
Huh?
Now, hold... Okay, before... All right. I'll just get...
What?
You're extra...
Huh?
On my It's a dick...
Oh.
Of course. In the hands... Why does... But in the end, I made it through.
The moral of...
Very... But I'm She's right behind...
Another... Huh?
Nós estamos a ganhar. Os materiais de um boss que não há ainda. Tipo, what?
Benny's Adventure Team, assemble! Let's light it up! I'm going in!
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
Russian floral!
Mind the side effect.
Let's light it up! Ugh. Everybody stand!
Spectacular!
Taking a turn for the better.
A little ambiance.
Ok, tchau. Obrigada por passares aqui.
Mind the side effect. This is nothing. Seems like an emergency.
Let's light it up! Teamwork is strength!
Take it easy.
Let's light it up! Everybody stand! Didn't see that coming.
Taking a turn for the better.
Fresh and floral!
A bitter pill to Remember, health comes first.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
This'll brighten up the place.